Why is it so funny today? What's like? And these ones are doing nothing.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Don't just ever wake up on the very edge of your bed.
No.
When
I don't
you
even
wake
sleep
up,
on
you
the
get
bed though.
scared.
I'll sleep on the couch.
Oh.
Like a divorce down.
Lucky. I have a queen size bed.
Wait now.
Okay, I think we can start.
I think you did.
Okay. Yes, I did.
Do you like candy corn?
I used to. Now it's not my favorite.
What about you?
Candy corn is so disgusting.
I don't know,
you
dude.
guys
It's
all
something
have
about
these
the
written down
orange
for
and the
your
brown
bell word.
mixture.
Yeah.
I just want a
Alright, work on
pinata.
your bell word.
I'm gonna have to think about birthday party. I'm 17.
It's just an introduction. Alright, just write down.
How do we know?
You're gonna take all of the knowledge that's in your brain and you're gonna make an educated guess.
Not.
Guys, how many vitamins do you guys take?
Think about like vitamin A.
I'm gonna take
Why don't I just want to needle?
Are you
I'm
sure it's not
connected to the
lit?
admin Wi-Fi.
It's in
Me too. You take an educated guess.
Sharp side.
Educated
That's a
guess.
needle.
Stop.
Do you know what vitamins?
Here's a needle.
What is
Why is there a
vitamin
needle?
C? Where do you get vitamin C from?
Grab the freaking fin. I don't want to drop it in your hand.
This is an introduction section. The questions on the board look
Someone is
exactly
getting
like the
tattooed.
3 questions on your packet. So it could take like 30 more seconds to write down an educated guess.
I don't know.
I have a headache.
Let's see, is this sharp ready?
I don't expect you to know these
I
things.
sound
Huh?
I sound Look, ready? It's sharp.
You guys like
I don't even have to hold paper.
I think we'll talk about it.
Holy smokes.
Oh,
He needs a band-aid.
Oh.
Is your finger bleeding?
Where did you even get that from?
You missed the whole garbage can.
Wasn't me.
What if someone steps on you?
Why is it pointing up?
I can't see it.
Sleep right here, dude.
alright, cool.
Look, it's pointing up.
You guys have stuff.
Okay.
I have astigmatism.
Okay, how many vitamins do we depend on for survival? What do you guys think based off of your nutrition knowledge?
I'm not gonna say shit.
5 vitamins? What would they be? Like vitamin A, C,
B.
Nuggets.
vitamin B? Okay.
I don't
Cool.
I need to charge my phone.
Leia.
Is there vitamins?
Damn.
Where do we get vitamins from? So,
Wasn't me.
plants.
Sun.
Where do you get vitamin D from?
Sun.
Sun. Some of you guys don't get enough vitamin D. Okay.
No.
So the answer to that one is there are 30 vitamins and minerals that you need to survive.
30.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
30.
Oh, I said
That's
something.
out videos.
The first one's 30?
Yeah.
Oh.
I guessed that.
I mean, can you make sure it's charging?
I'm not
like,
writing.
look at the
I'm not
percentage.
writing.
And this is what like a vitamin C deficiency would do to you. You
Make
guys
it
have
an
heard of
album.
scurvy, like a lot of sailors when they were coming to the US or
I know somebody
traveling
who's like
anywhere, they wouldn't get enough vitamin C, so you start getting these like boils on your
That creeped me
face
out.
and your teeth, your gums start growing out.
That's horrible.
Okay, I'm gonna ask now, anyone who is talking over me to stop doing that right now? Thank you.
Because you're not even supposed to do
Xavier. Okay. I think like it would be a good experience for all you guys to try teaching, so you know what it feels like when you're trying to talk over people, and then you understand. Oh, you actually listen. So thank you. Yeah. So that's what a vitamin C deficiency looks like, and that's just one. That's just one deficiency. So imagine like there's so many things that you could end up being deficient in. And they have effects on your skin, stuff that you take for granted. Okay. What was the next one? How many species of plants and animals can you find in the Amazon forest? What kind of biome is that?
Isn't it a tropical rainforest?
Yeah, it's a tropical rainforest. So just throw out some numbers. How many, Christian?
1,274.
That's a good guess. It's a very good guess.
It's like 150.
150? That's pretty good.
Sam said 60, bro.
60, you think there's 60 species of plants and animals?
Yeah, that's what you put.
500,000.
Not what you put.
Okay.
Not what you put.
500,000.
You put 40 species.
Okay, so the question for number 2, or the answer for number 2 is there are over 3 million species
I was close. I told you. 3
of
million.
plants and animals that are just in the Amazon rainforest.
3 million?
There are over 3 million species.
Oh, that's easy.
And if you want to know a fun fact, 10,000 of those species are just species of beetles. There are 10,000
What?
different
What was that
species
for
of
number one?
beetles in the Amazon
I just
rainforest.
put 30, but I put
3 million is how many species
Let's make me
are in the
get
rainforest.
questions.
Xavier, would you like to move up here?
No.
Okay, alright, let's stay focused. Alright, and then the third one. How many types of bacteria are in your stomach or digestive system? So like,
Bro,
that's your
it
gut,
is.
your
Why do you say
stomach,
that?
your intestines. For you to digest, for you to eat your Takis and it to be digested, we have a lot of like bacteria.
He's too nervous.
Vanessa, can you come sit up here, please? Okay, you can bring your iPad and your notes. You're gonna need your packet. Okay. Yeah, so this is the last thing. Someone said 5. There's 5 in there. Chris, Chris has another guess. 300. I like the direction that you are going in. One last guess. Vanessa, what do you think? How many bacteria are in your gut?
You don't know what Sam said?
No.
He said
1
no,
million?
he put 50. He put 50.
This is the last question.
Okay. Yeah, so there are 100 trillion microbes in your digestive system. So, and that ends up being like 2 kilograms. I don't know how many pounds, like 3 pounds in each of your guys' bodies.
Can you pause it right now?
Of microbes. So like I told you guys not to write the world population number, but if you want to write down 100 trillion just for the effect of the zeros, you can write that down. That is funny. Yeah, so you guys can think about how we're learning about biodiversity today and the world out there. Whether it's the rainforest or it's in your gut, it's very diverse. There's a lot of biodiversity.
Are we writing that? Like, here?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you don't need to write all of it, just get the numbers down. So there's 33 million and 100 trillion microbes.
Okay.
So you learned something today. You learned that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, take your time. I'll leave it up for another like 15 seconds. How do you like the front row seat? Vanessa?
100.
Do you like the view? It's very,
Actually can't see.
very clear up here.
It'd be pretty
Okay. Alright, I'm moving on. So now we are we're like a third down on your worksheet. It says biodiversity. And we are going to define it. So up here is your definition for biodiversity. It is the total of all the different species living in a given area. So there's a lot of biodiversity in the Amazon forest, a lot of biodiversity inside your human body. And to get those 30 vitamins and minerals that are necessary for you to have the normal skin that you do, the normal teeth that you do, you need to get that from a lot of different sources. And then to fill in the blank, the loss of biodiversity has long-term effects on the stability of ecosystems. Okay, so biodiversity equals what? Anyone?
Oh, got it.
This is the first
Stability?
time I've ever spelled speech.
Biodiversity equals stability, yes. And once you guys are done writing that down, I want you to think about why that is the case. Why did I put biodiversity equals stability? And that image can help you. Cruz, can you come back to your seat, please? You can
My seat's to me.
sit, oh, I don't know if I went, okay.
Let's just go back.
I've been doing good though. I'm not like.
You want to talk?
Yeah, we'll just ask you for time.
Okay, you can go back to your seat. Yeah, Chris, you can sit here.
I've been doing good at not talking.
You have been doing good, so good job, but you gotta go back to
I'm
sleep.
doing good. I can do like.
No, like, we're not negotiating, you're gonna hold you.
Oh shoot. Where's the wire?
It's okay, there's 2 blanks.
Not that.
Okay. Nick, why does biodiversity equal stability?
Well, because like all the different species work together and cohesively. So if like one animal or one species would not like mess up with
Right, yeah, so like we briefly looked at these webs, and it's like if we took away the rodent, then we would just have swarms of grasshoppers all around. So that,
Hey, the internet's back on.
oh it is? Okay,
Hooray.
cool. Can you shut your laptop, please? Thank you. Okay, where do you find the greatest biodiversity? Which biome?
Rainforest.
That's right, tropical rainforest. So that's what you're gonna put for that question. And then underneath that, you're gonna see questions for investigation. So last year when I was teaching US history, very different, I always started our class with questions for investigation. So you're gonna write these down. How does our human interaction with the environment affect biodiversity? So this is a question that, like, if I asked you now, maybe you could give me like a 1-sentence answer, but through the course of our lecture, at the end, you will be able to give a more full answer, a more robust answer to that question using the examples that we talked about in our lecture. And then the second one is, why is biodiversity important to us? That's really that's the only part you need to write down, but I just put, what are the consequences if we lose biodiversity? Because I feel like just the way that we are as humans, we don't really think about the world around us, or like what we have until it's gone, you know, when it's like, didn't know how much that meant to me, or that how much that person meant to me until they were gone. So I think that helps us like understand the importance of biodiversity. So instead of just being like, why is it important, to help us understand its importance, we're gonna think about what happens to us if it's gone. What are the consequences if we lose it? Yeah, so I know that might take some time to write down, so give you guys 30 seconds. While I take some notes. Bathroom? Awesome. Take this to the office, please.
Alright.
Ten more seconds to write it down. Okay, and when you're done, you can turn to the second page. That is what we'll be on next. That's human effects on biodiversity. Okay. The word that you're gonna put for what is the opposite of biodiversity, it's not the antonym of it in the dictionary, but the opposite concept of it would be monoculture. So you can write down monoculture. Before I tell you what it is, I'll just tell you that your left side of the screen, that would be biodiversity, and then the right side would be monoculture. Hello? Okay, I just sent up, thank you. Yeah, so take a look at these pictures on the right side, and what do you think monoculture is based off of was there. And you can also think of, if you guys are into words, like the etymology of monoculture, where if I say monochrome, do you guys know what that means?
Yeah.
Monochrome, like if you put a monochrome filter on your photo, it becomes all black and white, just one color. Okay, so it goes from having many colors to being monochrome, one color. So think about what the prefix mono might mean. Yes, okay, so anyone want to share your observations about this photo? Anaya.
It's one shows like there's nothing there except like machines that were made by us, and the other one shows like everything is like thriving by itself, like made by itself, just like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, good observation. Okay, so for the definition of monoculture, you are gonna write, it is the cultivation of a single crop or plant in a given area. And so that idea is pretty much how your modern agriculture works nowadays. There will just be hundreds of fields of strawberries or of potatoes. And that concept has also poured into like the rest of our food. So maybe you grew up in like learning about what a farm looks like, and you thought in like chickens are just like a red barn and a chicken, and that's what you think you're eating when you are eating your Chick-fil-A sandwich. But in reality, can you guys see what is in this picture? What it looks like? It's just like a bunch of chickens. That's where your chickens come from nowadays. Yeah, just all crammed together like that. And so once you guys get down the definition, I want you to write down on your, answer the question right there where it says brainstorm. Brainstorm advantages and disadvantages of monoculture. So like whatever we talk about or whatever humans create is really easy just to be like, oh, that's so bad, or oh wow, that's so good. But in reality, there's like, maybe you look at that chicken thing and you're like, I don't like that my chickens come from something that looks like that. But the systems that we have, or the inventions that we created them for a certain reason. So think about what the advantages might be of our monocultures in plants or animals, and what disadvantages might be. So if I were you, or if I had my iPad, I would draw a T-chart right now. So you guys can do that on your paper, or just write 2 lines. And what is like an advantage of monoculture and what is a disadvantage. So like for a disadvantage, I'll just give an example here. So if one chicken got sick, what's gonna happen? Like the whole like this whole flock of chickens is gonna get sick. And then who eats those chickens? Us.
Chickens.
Or no, chickens don't eat chickens. Yeah, but then we're directly affected. This is one way we interact with our environment because we love chicken. So that would be in the chicken that we eat, right? So that is one example of a disadvantage. If one chicken got sick, it'd start like a whole pandemic, you know?
Wasn't there one like a few weeks ago?
A few weeks ago?
What?
Yeah, like there was like the eggs were like hella expensive because there was like. Did y'all not know about it?
Oh, like when there was a shortage of eggs, like it was really hard to get
Yeah,
eggs.
because they were sick.
Yeah. There was a point in time, like a few
Chicken
weeks where
got sick,
eggs
yeah.
were super expensive in the supermarket because there was like a shortage.
How many disadvantages and advantages do we have to write?
Just however many your brain can come up with.
It's a
So
wall,
0?
man.
Yeah, if you can't think of one, it's okay. We'll talk about it.
So it's just like advantage that we don't run out of eggs.
Yeah, that is a great advantage. Give you guys 30 more seconds to think about it. Jeremy, what is a disadvantage of monoculture?
There's no biodiversity.
Nice. Applying what you just learned. There's no biodiversity. Cruz, what did you write down for disadvantage?
Animals are not happy.
Oh yeah, I mean they're probably they're probably not happy because of stuff like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can okay. Bye, Debbie. What was the advantage that you wrote down? Yeah, like there's always eggs in the supermarket, or like the fact that you can go to the supermarket at 11 p.m. or at 8 a.m. and find chicken thighs there at your disposal at any time of day, any time of year. That's because we can like get chickens like mass production. Okay, so that's definitely an advantage. But for most of history, it was not very normal that you can just go to a building and acquire a chicken thigh on demand. But like the world you guys live in is very on demand. Whatever you want, you get it right away. You can go to the store and get it right away. We don't have to wait for things that we want. I want chicken, I go get it now at the supermarket. But then that's a good thing, kind of. And then, but there's like cost to that too. So for everything, right? There's disadvantages and advantages. So thank you for sharing the ones that you guys had. If you guys had trouble with that question, you can write what we just said. Yeah, Kamora, you can go after whoever just went. You can go after them. Okay. All right. So in this question, you guys are gonna take like 2 minutes, and you're gonna answer which ecosystem is more stable, a potato field or a forest. And most importantly, I want you to answer why. So, one word answer. Which one? You are always welcome to talk to your partner and discuss with your partner. The potato field is more stable. Okay. Think about why you think that.
Can't someone stole my water bottle. Yes, dude, it's like a freaking $60 water
Someone
bottle.
stole my water bottle last week. I
These
thought it was
freaking water bottle stealers, dude. Frick them.
They just broke. We saw someone witness stealing the water bottle. Were you there or were you surprised?
What?
Or
Where?
were you with?
Where was that?
I ain't seen my water bottle in weeks.
Why do y'all lose your water bottle?
Because I set my backpack down with my water bottle in it.
Who just take the water bottle out of your
Who does those snaps?
Broke
Water
people.
bottle in my locker.
Like that's
Walks
low-key
up
kinda-
to a backpack and just like,
Like that's
Actually, one water
weird.
bottle.
That's weird.
Alright, I
Probably
genuinely-
like that or something. You don't never know.
Go look in the locker spot. I found my shoes there.
How did you
I
lose your
found my AirPods
shoes?
in there. I left them in
Talk
the
to your
bathroom.
partner across the room. Okay.
why was your shoes off in the
changing.
bath?
What did you come up with?
And I left them in there.
Because
How do you leave your shoes in the bathroom?
Because I was changing now. Well,
Like,
no, not for me. It was like I had to dance.
It's like nothing's
Oh.
happening to it. Like,
And I had my
stable
boots.
in the way
And I
that
left my
we talked
shoes there,
about
but I
stability
forgot. I thought I had them.
on the first
Oh, I
divided
how do you
the
forget about your shoes?
Because I had my book
and how
there.
like
Why'd you have to go all the way to the bathroom?
I had like in the future like
I wasn't gonna do it in the
mouse,
class to
There'd just be
change.
swarms of grasshoppers that would
Oh.
eat all the grass.
I thought you were just saying your shoes.
As long as
No,
you
I was.
Like the whole outfit?
so,
Oh.
yeah, and just put like a sentence on.
I was like, you went all the way to the bathroom to change your shoes.
After
No,
more.
that's stupid.
Exactly, that's why I was like, huh?
No.
Why are you bringing
Just
that
to
up?
change your
Alright,
shoes.
Just to change your shoes, you go to the bathroom.
Why are you still on that?
You ain't no one to smell that beat.
Who said that? I never said it.
Why are you holding your microphone like that?
I do that too.
Because I'm flexing my water bottle. Dude, I lost it.
Alright.
It's pretty cold. My water.
Alright, Sam, what did you come up with
Pretty cool water bottle.
for this question?
was it forest?
Forest, why forest?
Is it diverse?
Diverse. Can you elaborate?
It's a pretty nice color.
Nothing would overtake anything. There's like a nice balance.
Nice.
Okay, anyone put potato farm? Yeah, you put what game? Potato farm? 1 vote? No, everyone
Be realistic.
wrote down forest.
Wait, why did you say it was?
I did it.
You did
Yeah.
it? Okay, did you
I
write down
didn't
potato
write
farm?
No.
Okay.
Then what did you
Why
write?
did you write down forest?
Why did you write down forest? Did you write down forest? Okay, did you write down
What's
potato farm?
happening?
Talking to her.
Did
Oh.
anyone write down
I
potato
thought you were
farm?
looking at me. I
I
was
wrote
like,
down.
I thought about it,
Not
but
stable.
They're both not stable? Okay, in what way?
Why?
Because like they could like both be like running something. They're like basically the same.
Yeah, they could be doing, like.
One just like grows like a frog.
Under your
Yeah.
explanations are true.
so which one is it?
How are they
The
the same?
correct answer would be a forest.
Because they
And
rely on
Nathan's
nature.
reasoning was, Kamora, you can go.
Someone at the door?
Yeah.
Because they're used to it.
Biodiverse.
Biodiverse.
That's why the
No
stable is in bold like that, because biodiverse equals stability.
And the potatoes can die. Or like,
Yeah.
raw.
Yeah, so like, okay, I'm not just using class to talk about farming. I'm not even that into farming, guys. I just like work at a farm.
It's okay.
But like I feel like I've been talking about it every day.
I get it, dude.
But okay, for example, like a potato plant, it attracts certain kinds of bugs, like specific bugs. Vanessa, can you sit forward, please? Specific bugs attract or are attracted to a potato plant. Like specific bugs are attracted to a tomato plant. So like if you have a lot of different plants and all these bugs, what is gonna happen to these bugs?
They're gonna.
They're gonna eat the crops, but they're also gonna like compete with each other. They're gonna eat each other. So like
many
tomato
bugs is in a
pests
bird?
and then potato pests and like sunflower seed pests. Like they'll like interact with each other. They'll eat each other. They'll like balance each other out. Okay. And then so what happens if all I do is plant 100 rows of potatoes and there's just like this one locust that loves potatoes?
What?
Like is there any?
You
Is
see,
there
you're allowed to
anything
do
that
that.
is gonna, is there anything that is gonna eat that other locust here? Are there any other
You
competing bugs?
knocked my straw down. Now I
No.
can't use it.
Yeah, there would just be like that one specific bug. Alright, okay, I'm done.
Potatoes will grow on the
But
ground.
that is a
On the
reason
picture, you
why
see potatoes on the little
we're waiting
plant.
for you guys to stop talking over me here. Okay, yeah, so that's another fun fact of why this would be less stable. Okay, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna look at 3 case examples of human-environment interaction. Okay, so the first one that you see, number 1, it says Irish potato famine. And the question that you are going to answer after we talk about it is, how did human interaction or action cause this famine? Or how did our interaction with the environment cause the Irish potato famine, directly or indirectly? And then you're gonna figure out, once I talk about what that is, you're gonna draw an arrow. Is that environment on humans or humans affecting the environment? And then the next question is, how did this famine affect the human population? See Joe, Aliana. Yeah. Okay, so how many of you guys have heard of this before? Raise your hand. Irish potato famine.
Why do my
Yeah,
tears
some
with
of you guys? Like 3? Cool.
There's different types of potatoes.
There are different kinds of potatoes.
I always thought they were
Well, there are many, many. Yeah.
red potatoes.
Okay, tomorrow for bell work, I'll ask you how many types of potatoes.
Red potatoes.
But yeah, so Irish potato
You
famine.
can't see red.
Okay, I will wait. Irish potato famine, it was in 1800s, like the mid 1800s. And I don't know if you guys
I'm right and you're wrong.
know, but like because of this famine, so many Irish people immigrated to the United States during that time. If you look at the countries where people came from, Ireland dominates for a good several years in the immigration record. So if you're white or like have some kind of mixed white in you, you might have Irish in you, or like it's highly likely you have some kind of Irish in you. A lot of Irish people immigrated during this time.
Oh, you're not.
But yeah, so there was one potato variety. Do you guys know like how the potato even ended up in Ireland? The potato is not naturally grown in Ireland.
Didn't they come on like a boat?
Yes,
somewhere?
they did. They came on a boat of a man that you would know the name of.
Christopher Columbus?
Yeah. So like when you guys learned about the Columbian what?
I'm offended.
Shut up.
Yeah, I do.
I'm not wrong.
Like potatoes were the things that came from the Americas.
I'm not wrong.
And then so
Just grow early.
what happened? You'll see. So like they grew this one type of potato, which was it was actually good for them at first because otherwise people were starving to death. Or not starving to death, but it was not many crops grew well, but then this one potato grew super well. So they just like cloned this potato and planted a bunch of them. And so like everyone's diet was dependent on this potato. What happened was that there was like a bacteria rot that got into the potato and it spread. And it turns the potatoes into this like slimy gum. Yeah. So you can see a picture, like that is a picture of a potato that got infected. There's like some black stuff on it. So then imagine that winter you're harvesting your potatoes in the fall, and every single one that you cut into, it has all this black stuff in it, and you're like, wait, I have no.
What does that girl have
Just
to
cut
do
out the
with
brown parts.
Huh?
Yeah.
it? What does that girl have to do?
That's what my parents do.
What's your question?
What does that girl have to do?
Mine
with it?
too.
I just looked. Okay, so now part 2. Because Ireland was so dependent on this, 1 in 8 people died of starvation. So like they would normally harvest all these potatoes and have them throughout the winter, but then now that you don't have those potatoes, 1 in 8 like people died. So if I counted you guys off, every 8th person, you're out of here, you're dead.
So if I start like 2, 3, 4, 5,
Huh?
6, 7, 8.
Yeah, I don't know why that.
Why are you guys
picture-
actually counting?
It's a real
It's
picture
not
from that
important.
time, but I didn't read closely the
We
caption.
know that's a 4, 5, yes.
Or not a picture in time, but
What are you on
that
about?
picture came up for Irish potato famine.
Okay, so wait.
And then
3, 4,
this
5, 6,
practice
7.
still happens today. Jeremy, I know you're trying to count down who would be dead, but let's not do it now. Yeah, so this practice still happens, but like in fact, it's actually the dominant practice of how we grow any kind of food and how you receive it. That's why you get your bell peppers on demand, your onions on demand. Everything's at your fingertips whenever you want it, because we grow.
I'm about to feed the potato to whoever's on my watermelon.
That is your opinion. Okay, so here's a question, or here's a picture. Which one of these describes the situation of the Irish potato famine?
I'm still right.
Copper potatoes?
You're
I'm
still
still
wrong.
right. I don't care. I don't care. I'm still
Yeah.
right.
Corn potatoes.
Those are potatoes.
Yeah.
You were laughing so hard to the point
No,
of
they
crying.
Okay,
And you're
so they get infected.
Make it make sense,
They all
Xavier.
get wiped out.
I don't know how to do those.
Xavier, if you had diverse potatoes and the blight hit some of them, you'd still have a few of them for the winter, so you wouldn't starve to death.
Oh.
Yes.
Miss Tang, what's supposed to go here?
What is supposed to go there? That is a great question. That is what you guys are going to answer right now. I'm going to give you guys like 2 minutes to fill in those questions. So think about what we just talked about. I'll put this slide back up so you can refer to the information. And you're going to answer, how did human interaction, how did it indirectly or directly bring this about? And then how did this famine affect humans in turn? So nice cycle of human environment interaction. So I'll give you guys like 2 minutes. Feel free to consult the person next to you.
Wait, is this for a test?
Talk about it.
Are we studying for a test? For this?
You will be
Our
assessed
final is in 2
on
weeks.
your knowledge.
God damn.
Based off of what we just talked about.
That was probably though. Isn't it 1 week?
Indirectly or directly.
By the week is over.
Oh my god, it's been 3 days.
When it happened, how did that affect you?
But this is the weekend, so it is week.
That's only 2 days.
It was 3-day weekend.
We do?
It's a whole
Oh
school
yeah,
week, so
next
this
week
week.
we have a
Full week is
3-day
7.
weekend.
I don't know how to answer.
Oh yeah, I
Let's
forgot
talk
about
about
that.
it. You can also talk to like
I'm gonna kill myself.
first aid.
Oh.
Ask her what
Doing
you
good
had.
tricks. Stop.
Cracking my head.
Tic tac.
I need someone to correct me.
So like, was this some?
Go to a chiropractor.
Was us?
No, that's where I'm wanting to go.
Hell no.
Was was that something
That
you did
was
not
scary.
learn? Or did you not learn?
I just got one video where they cracked the little kids and you guys saw the
Oh
screen.
my god, yeah, I saw that.
I'm scared of
Where's
that.
heads on
That's
the
where I'm
camera,
scared
push it
of.
back.
Whereas, and then now, like, there's no potatoes.
That's so evil.
We're really good at it.
Oh.
No, this is
Yeah,
one
and
kid
then
whose
now
head was
when the
deformed, he
ground
just
is
said,
no food, and then now we stop
and
together
pushed
for
it
so long.
back.
Breathe
Or
in.
direction. Yeah.
Do you want my slime with me?
You're in the blank, you guys are gonna
Inhale.
draw an
Hold that for
arrow,
me.
so I'll just tell you now. The top one, I'm asking what kind of human action caused this condition in the environment? The fact that
Human.
all the potatoes failed.
What, like, is it
So
like a
would that
specific
be,
kind?
would you draw an arrow from human to the environment, or would you draw
Oh,
an
you're
arrow
supposed
from
to
the
write an
environment?
arrow?
Yeah.
Oh, how do we explain it?
And then you explain
Where's
it,
that?
you explain it based off of the information we just went over.
Where's that?
So what human action, how did
What
we
if I
interact with
answered
our
them
environment?
both in the
I'll
first
trip
one?
That's okay. You just draw an arrow, be like,
Are you on?
this was for
So we just find an arrow to either human or
Uh-huh, and then if you're having trouble like
Leave me alone.
answering the question, we'll talk about it, so then you can write it down then.
What did you get?
He's on the wrong page.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, we have to explain it?
Talking to me?
I,
So like what
you did
what
environment,
happened?
huh? You, huh?
Like the first
Did you do
question, you should
humans
just
or
kind of be
environment?
explaining what happened, like what.
Which one did you point to?
That's, I was complaining
Actually,
about
No,
that.
you point from
Like
human to
causes
environment or from environment to human.
And effects.
I pointed from
How
human to
did this
environment and then I'm gonna point
happen?
environment to human.
What were the effects of
What?
it on humans?
The arrow point that way. This arrow point this way.
What does this mean?
Does that have
What's
a
that?
weight?
No, no,
So-
honestly, that's not the point.
Like the first three things I talk about, like how we clone the potato, we just grew one kind of potato in the ground, and then this like bacteria spread and
Go
disease
back.
spread for all of them.
Mhm.
So
Oh.
it's like, how did our actions in this
Safe.
cause this famine?
Still?
What did we do?
Yeah, still.
I have an unknown hair on
You
my
actually
leg.
get a picture where someone planted like
It
Why
hurts.
get that fixed?
I want to pick it out with tweezers.
What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to cut the end.
I'm not going to SpongeBob socks.
Why does it look like that?
Like, how did that affect us? So I counted, if I count you
Why
guys
is
off
there an X?
to 8,
I don't know.
one
That
in 8
came with the
people.
sock.
The wrong sock.
It's from Stock Eggs.
Why does that have an X? That's a Twitter sign on it.
I got Twitter socks.
Or it looks like when you screen on Google and it looks like the little X in the corner.
Oh my gosh.
Stop.
Wait, I'll give you a
What happened?
It's a little
Jada,
doll.
she got some
There's
lotion.
really a doll up on your desk. What?
Who gets your look?
I don't know about yoga.
I didn't
Oh,
know
shit.
that.
You
Was
should
it one-
slap me
was it-
some
was it
lotion.
one-
Should I get some lit?
Yeah.
Did it?
It just
Nah, dude.
Wait, what is that one?
It looks like yogurt.
What is that one
It
sour
is
cream
lotion.
commercial?
That's
I'm getting scared.
Yeah.
You need some, Jimmy?
Okay.
I'm
Oh, that
checking.
smells good. It smells like baby
And then can
lotion.
you wipe it off and then throw it away, please?
Yes.
You're just going to put lotion on your hands?
Alright.
I'm just gonna get
On your hands?
the most out of it, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think these things are?
Oh, man, you're like violent.
Alright, so while Amanda wipes that off
I
her
played the
desk,
violin.
You trip. I did not say
we'll go
that.
over the 2 questions. Okay.
They will.
Alright, so if you didn't know how to answer
I'm so
it,
glad
then
I'm not
you should listen up right now so that you can write it down. So how did human action, interaction, what was our role
Yeah.
in this environmental catastrophe? What was our role in it? You had something written down. What was our role? Plant more potatoes.
By growing one.
By growing one type of potato. Thank you, Jaden and Vanessa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Anaya. You knew that too.
I knew that.
Yeah, so it was, our role in this was just growing one kind of potato, which, I mean, how would they know? You know, like, they didn't really know much better. And they just were trying to make a living and feed themselves with a successful potato. Okay, how did this famine affect human population? I will take volunteers and then I'll just call them. Is that a hand, Nick?
One is the Irish roll.
Yeah, it caused like mass starvation when there was no more food to eat. If we had more time, I'd show you guys a video where like they like started going into the sea and they'd eat like kelp and fish and shellfish raw, but then it would just, yeah. And then like they would get such bad constipation that you would just die from constipation. So it was like, it was really gory. It was really sad. And a lot of people left Ireland for that reason. So we'll learn about immigration next month.
Wait.
Yeah, so we're gonna watch something. Yeah.
You never told me like when
You know, I will go back and look at what that picture is. Because
It
What
looks like a
picture?
woman holding her baby and looking sad and walking.
there was
It
no
looks like
baby
she
there.
had,
It was a little
Baby
baby.
right here.
Okay.
No.
You're
Yeah.
lying.
Was
What
it
was
like
she?
10
Look at
fingers?
that. What is she holding right
You
here?
just
Oh,
hold
no,
it.
it's not potato.
What if that was a
If
sack
you-
of potatoes?
if you Googled Irish potato famine, that picture would pop up. And I didn't look that closely at it
Why would
actually,
they be
so I
holding
didn't know.
potatoes?
Maybe they were holding a stack of potatoes.
Yeah.
What do you
Probably.
think it was?
Some dead potatoes?
I just thought it was like a
If
picture
they
of like
had
a
a stack of
woman
potatoes,
who
they
was,
probably wouldn't be
I don't
here.
know, standing there. But then now that
That
it's
does not
projected,
look
I
like
see
just a
that
woman
it looks
standing there, dude.
like she doesn't look very.
Freaking
I know.
creepy.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
What was the
like
baby?
it doesn't look very real, but it probably is. Okay, alright, so we are moving on from Irish potato famine. So hopefully you guys picked up on the answers that your friends shared. And now we're gonna move on to pesticide. You're gonna write the definition for what is a pesticide. It is a product that claims
That's like
to
all of them.
Sorry.
kill, prevent, reduce, destroy, or
Pesticide.
Okay, that's many verbs to describe a pesticide.
Bro, stop making me
Um,
laugh. I have a headache.
Okay, you guys good? Alright. Yeah, so I bolded side
You messed
back
up.
to words like, if you guys know the words
I know.
homicide, what does homicide mean?
To kill.
To kill, like homo is like homo sapiens, to kill another person, homicide.
What is homo sapiens?
So if this is pesticide is to kill pests. So if I say insecticide, or infanticide, you guys can
What?
What?
for etymology put that together. Okay, Vanessa, are you good in there? Okay. Yeah. So, okay, I said I was done talking about it, but I wasn't. So, when I told you if there's a pest like that only ate potato plants and a pest that only ate tomato plants, actually, that's the next question. So I will answer right now. But I asked you guys a question, why does monoculture end up requiring pesticide use? So like if I don't have other pests to eat up my potato, the ones that eat up my potatoes, if there's no stability, I'm just gonna have a swarm of locusts. So we have to use more pesticides when we do monoculture.
Oh no.
Isn't there certain pesticides that like cause cancer, like brain cancer?
Yeah. They get to the
That is a very interesting thing you bring up, Anita, because you guys are gonna brainstorm right now. How are pesticides helpful and harmful for humans? So if I have my
gonna
iPad
do that.
working, I do a T-chart, or I would just write it in 2 rows,
What are we doing?
how pesticides are
We're
helpful,
brainstorming.
how they're harmful. So
I hear
this
brainstorm.
question is at the bottom of the second page, so you guys have 2 minutes to answer that question. Think about how they're helpful. Think about why we invented them, okay? Like things are not just 100% bad. We created it for a reason, to meet a need or to serve us in some kind of way, but we didn't think about how it might affect us.
It's hot in here.
What is so funny?
Wait, I'm very hot too.
Yeah. You've been brushing your hair for like
It might be just
10 minutes or 5 minutes. It's very tangled.
What is so funny right now?
Does your hair even like move around? I feel like you need to brush it. Like brush it. Oh, you have to like add volume. Okay.
Remember the 9th grade? Remember the 9th grade?
Did you have like a buzz cut? Oh. But now you have to like add. Okay, sorry for distracting you.
What the hell?
Get back to the last question.
Don't
Feel that dollar?
Alright, so Xavier,
Like that?
this is at the bottom of the second page. Bottom of the second page.
Are you
Are you
crying?
Yes, the second time.
What happened,
Just,
JB?
you just told us the answer.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Look, it's too funny.
That's the second time within like 10 minutes.
Hey, what's
Okay,
it with the
Xavier.
dollar?
He cried earlier.
Can you go
he's
stand
crying
outside, please?
again.
Until you calm down.
Are you okay?
I'm chilling.
I don't even know. I don't even
He
know what
wipes
he's
it
laughing
with the
at.
dollar.
Is that 5 years or sad
I
tears?
don't even know what he's laughing at.
I don't know.
Okay, looks like most of you guys
I'm
are
taking a break.
He's
done.
like
I got
actually
something down.
crying.
Yeah, he can go take a moment and calm down.
Tears, like.
Jaden.
Down.
That was funny. I don't know what he was
I
laughing
don't
at.
even know what that was.
He just kept
He
laughing.
didn't
That's
say
like, what?
anything.
Okay.
I wasn't even saying anything.
Who's
Yeah.
who is that?
Screws. Huh? That's screws.
Who just knocked?
Des Moines.
Okay. Alright. Please sit down. Okay, so how are they helpful to us? Gabe. They kill bugs on plants. Yeah, that's very helpful. Because like bugs, they still eat our plants, right? So it's nice when we can put pesticide. And then like Mr. Andrews was telling me yesterday actually how like there's a bunch of cockroaches that show up around here in the summer, and then like we hire someone to come around 3 times a year to spray an insecticide, and then you just see like a bunch of dead cockroaches at the school.
Oh, I remember.
Why do they leave them here? Oh my god, I got a cockroach shot on me, guys. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so those cockroaches, they just like lie dead here, but it's
Okay,
in
you
the summer,
remember
so you guys don't see it. Like by the time you guys get here for school, they just like the wind blew them away or something.
Oh.
But someone comes here and sprays an insecticide like 2 times a year. Okay.
They
Can-
didn't. There was still a
Wait,
cockroach.
was that
No,
helpful?
there
Okay.
was like, remember
Anyone
last-
else have
I think it was,
anything
like, last year, there
to
was, like,
add
hecka
for how
down in the
pesticides
hall.
are helpful?
Give me a
Jeremy and Vanessa, can you not talk over me? How else are they helpful?
They killed the bad pesticides.
They kill bad pesticides. Yeah, so we can like grow more and produce more and more food. Okay, how are they harmful to us? Anea?
They give us cancer.
Yeah, a lot of pesticides because it's like it's cool that we understand science now and we can mix mix chemicals together, and then we learn that they repel bugs, but then we don't really know what it's doing to us. So those are things that you can put down. I'll show you some pictures. Yeah, so like this kind of gross, but there would just be like one kind of bug all concentrated on one plant.
Ew.
Alright, and that's a bug eating our plants.
You'd rather not look at it. Oh.
Yeah, you don't have to look up at it if it makes you uncomfortable. Jay would take that out.
What is it? Is that
Um,
like cockroaches?
Yeah. So I want you guys to like look closely at this thing here. So let's say you spray your potato plant with insecticide. So one aphid is gonna eat 5 of those is gonna eat like a potato or a tomato. And then like this bug that's a little bigger is gonna eat 5 aphids. And then this bird is gonna eat 10 of these. And then so at that point, like by the time this huge bird eats like 5 of these birds, think about how much pesticide is inside of
What's
that
an
big bird's
aphid?
body. Huh?
What's an aphid?
Aphid, it's like a small bug. So that is the same thing for you guys too. So like while things are sprayed on your plants, like they eventually, where is it? Yeah, like they get eaten by bugs, then they get eaten by small fish, and then big fish, and then eventually it gets to us. So that's something I don't think we'll cover. It's called bioaccumulation, when it's just like, something pesticide, it just accumulates as the organism gets bigger. So by the time we consume it, that's why like, if you guys have known people in your life who are pregnant, like they can't eat fish for the time that they're pregnant. Like they can't eat sushi for 9 months, which has been really hard for some of my friends. They're like, oh, like I'm craving sushi, but they're pregnant. So like, that's something that we have to keep or like take into account as humans in our modern world, just because of like pesticides. And I mean the fish, it's because they're in the ocean. So next week when we talk about pollution, we'll learn more about how that's in our air and water. So this is just a preview. And then so we should be on the third page now. And I did already answer the question on why monoculture requires more pesticide use. It's just because if there's one locust that eats a bunch of potatoes, then there's just gonna be swarms of that locust if there's no other bugs to eat it. Okay, so now you guys can write, you guys can answer those last two questions. And I don't know. When you're done. So you guys have 2 minutes.
There's no other bugs that you could have started using the one crop and growing.
Wait. There are no bugs to eat the bugs. Wait, what?
There are no bugs to eat the pests, so you kill them.
No, you ain't. You owe me 20
The
dollars.
one crop.
Oh.
Which one?
How does humans pesticide use?
It travels around and gets into other animals.
How do you get into other animals?
Because that's what
Hey, David. Can I do it?
How does the arrow go?
So how was it?
Don't get me started right now.
Get me started, bro.
Alright, once you guys answer that question, you can spend the rest of the period
Like,
in your seat. You can chill.
2 minutes.
Yeah, chill, but you have to stay in your seat. Good. Yeah.
How do we get out? Is it supposed to be done?
Yeah, that's all we're doing today.
So,
Wait, no, we don't. It's not supposed- What is it?
What is today?
that's one.
sunflowers and all of that goes together.
If they're just getting cut, that's so funny.
Because you just kept,
Bounce out. If I just
like, they came like weird, like, comments and,
I'm
like,
just gonna have one potato.
I don't know, dude. You know it.
No, I know. There's more fast.
Too many, so then I actually have to use more.
To the point of tears. It was
I don't
like,
even know who's gonna
What happened?
like answers to me.
You just
So
cried?
that's why.
Are you okay?
Yeah. So,
What do we do today?
what?
I did nothing.
In this class?